How much more remains in this game, in this expansion? I don't know. So we've just spent some time asking the locals about the end of their world. What now? A greater purpose. Alphino is awaiting the return of your other companions. Getting a whole bunch of materia here. Is this the last quest? I mean, it's the last... We're getting an ether current. That usually means it's the last quest in the zone. We can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully then our next move will become clear. Let's see. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow. It would seem our conversations were much alike. A looming disaster, creation magics running rampant, and this convocation's efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. I suppose there was little else in the time. I suppose there was talk of little else in the time when these events came to pass. I'm trying to turn off a Bluetooth speaker that's beeping at me. Urianger, if I may, what are your thoughts on the ancients' art of creation? A fascinating discipline indeed. Aught the mind can conceive may be rendered into reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. 'Tis not dissimilar to the primal rites taught by the Asians, wherein ritual ceremony breatheth life into figments of myth and legend. I see we arrived at the same conclusion, then. The people who lived in the age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magics must be, it seems they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of the ether which coursed through their own bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies, and then seek to draw the balance from elsewhere, from a hoard of crystals mayhap, or from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation was placed into our hands, it became, in effect, a means for destruction. An interesting matter to which no doubt bears further study, but despite all these revelations, I worry we are no closer to finding Emmett Selk. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to his location? Not directly, mayhap, but from what we've heard, it seems the Convocation of 14 is sequestered in the nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the attendant wouldn't let us through without a writ of permission. So we tried our luck at the Bureau of the Administrator, where we thought these permissions might be issued. But the clerk there said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that was where we gave up. I wonder though, Tiov, could you be eligible for one of these writs? The voice in the lift seemed to know who you were. It might be that your name is registered at the bureaus as well. Worth a look, I'd say. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and search for a less official point of entry, just in case. Pray allow me to accompany thee on thy reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove needful. Yeah, okay, whatever. Ahem, I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they know something that could help cure Tiov's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Well, of course I don't mind. Just lead the way. Okay. Then Ishtola and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. There is surely more intelligence to be had. And so we part ways once more. This time, however, let us reconvene in front of the capital. Hopefully closer to that aetheryte crystal. Okay. What are we doing now? I'm going to a thing to see if I can get into a thing. Wow, it's way over there. I might as well just teleport over there. Good thing I unlocked that. The Bureau of the Administrator. Directly to the administrative clerk we go. A visitor's writ. Yes, I can assist you. Full name, please. Meow, 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 meow. Tio Belobo, please wait near the counter while I confirm your details. Okay. I'm waiting. Dear Belobo, your application is ready for collection. As your residency was approved by Emmett Selk himself, further forms of identification will not be required. Here are your application documents. Submit them at the Bureau of the Secretariat, and the clerk will issue you with a visitor's writ for the capital. Okay, that was easy enough. The Bureau... Wow, that's a long way away. An eloquent Amarantine. Is something wrong, little one? Are you perhaps lost and need me to help you locate your guardian? I just want to know what you do here. Why, the same things most other citizens do, I suppose. I debate various topics with my compeers. I dabble in the arts of creation. Every day I attempt to better myself and the world in which I live. For we citizens of Amarot are the caretakers of this world, stewards who have harnessed the power of creation itself. It is an honor and a duty we do not consider lightly. You are yet young, so very, very young. You needn't concern yourself with such lofty concepts just yet. Attend to your studies, and I am certain you will grow into a proud citizen and avid creator. Can you tell me more about this place? Oh, do you hail from another city originally? Well, even so, surely you must know you stand in Amarot, the intellectual utopia that flourishes at the heart of our world. From the capital where our preeminent minds gather to carry out the duties of governance, to the Academia Anadir, where devotees of knowledge strive to solve the greatest unsolved mysteries of our era, to the smaller but no less valuable institutions, Amarot has all that you will ever need, and so very much more. Thank you. I'm guessing there isn't much need to stay in this place after completing the expansion, because the place is completely devoid of people. Uh-oh, an enemy. An enemy Cubus. This place is really big. Yay, I made it. A million years later, I made it to the Bureau of the Secretariat. Hello, Secretariat Clerk. It took me so long to get here, I forgot why I'm here. I guess I'm submitting the visitor's writ application. Next, please. Here's my application documents requesting permission to enter the capital as a sanctioned visitor. I'll stretch way up to give you these papers. Visiting the capital, are we? Please take a seat. Your name will be called once your application has been processed. The exciting conclusion to this game. Bureaucracy. It's not a final battle. It's not an exciting final battle. It's just paperwork and bureaucracy. Oh, headache. May I? You, I think, are from a time beyond ours. Have you followed in the wake of MSQ? Huh? Nay, there is no cause for alarm. I am simply a shade, here and not here. I know only that my name is Hythlodeus, and that this city is a recreation, a phantom moment plucked from the well of history. These others seem unaware of their pale existence, but I wonder if MSQ's mind was distracted when it came to my reconstitution. A stray thought would have been enough. Hythlodeus will realize the truth. For example, we were close friends once, you see. Yet in spite of my perception, I play the same role as all the rest, a bit part, meant to bring color and noise to this well-crafted stage. Too much scrutiny, and we shall burst like the fragile bubbles we are. Thus I tell you again, my presence is not to concern you. I wish only to share your company whilst we wait. If you've come this far, then you know of the catastrophe which awaits us on our morrow. The final days. What began as isolated incidents soon swelled into a world-spanning threat. The Convocation of 14, well, it was 13 at the time, endeavored to create a will for our star. They would repair the fundamental laws of order and halt the spread of destruction. But creation on such a scale required an immense source of power. Of those of us who still lived, nearly half offered up their lives in the name of salvation. And from their sacrifice, Zodiark was born. Just as we had hoped, he reached forth and halted the march of oblivion. Yet oh, how the star had suffered. So many species lost. The land was blighted, the waters poisoned, and even the wind had ceased to blow. I think that's a reference to Final Fantasy I. Once more did our people give of themselves to Zodiark. Another half of our race sacrificed to cleanse the world, to ensure that trees and grasses and myriad tiny lives would sprout and grow and flourish. The cycle of life had begun anew, and we reconsidered the means by which we might protect it. The convocation decided thus. We would nurture our world until it was bursting with vitality. Then, when the time was right, we would offer some portion of its living energy to Zodiark. In return, he would restore to us those brethren whose souls had fed his strength, and together we would resume our role as stewards. There were, however, those who disagreed with this plan. They argued that enough had been sacrificed to Zodiark, that this new world should belong to the lives newly born. These dissidents surrendered their life energies in the creation of Hydaelyn, an incarnation of their opposing belief, and for the first time in history, our people stood divided. Know you, then, how this conflict ended? Yeah. I thought you might. Selk has ever been a champion for the will of Zodiark. The original plan may have been set back by millennia, but he will have not abandoned his course. He will pay the price for our return by whatever means is necessary. And though he may carry himself with a certain glib ease, Selk is not a man to bear his burdens lightly. In fact, I imagine they have only grown heavier with every passing century. "'Tis truly a terrible weight he has chosen to carry." Tiav Belobo? It seems your turn has come. Pray do not let me keep you. Thank you. Thanks for the history. There was one last thing. You walk with another at your side, yes? What? Nay, I see no definite form. Just the faintest suggestion of a second soul. I doubt it visible to anyone but me. Otherwise, I assume only you can see and hear this ethereal companion. Your connection is hardly a coincidence. In our time, the two of you were one. The color of your souls tells the tale. What? A hue that distinctive cannot be mistaken, no matter how thin the soul is spread. Ha! This is just the kind of fate I might expect for one such as she. Surely, MSQ has recognized the hint of her in you? Huh? Kiev Belobo? Fare you well, my new old friend. May you find what it is you seek. Oh? He's gone. Well. So we already know that we have survived 7 rejoinings. So MSQ has said, oh, we've been through 7 rejoinings before. Our soul, presumably. So we must have been somebody that MSQ knew back at the beginning. Maybe his girlfriend. I don't know. Your visitors writ as requested. When you wish to gain admittance to the capital, simply present the document to the attendant within. Thank you. It seems no one else is waiting. My duty is done for another day. And everybody's gone. That was a weird scene. It's a weird scene, man. Let's teleport. Interesting little history lesson. So it seems like they're trying to make us feel sorry for MSQ. I can certainly understand why he would, you know, from his point of view, he's not doing anything wrong. In fact, I would say he's one of the better developed characters in this expansion so far. Reen is a good character. MSQ is kind of a good character. It's hard to... There aren't that many characters with character arcs in this expansion so far, and Reen was one, but that seems to be over now. And MSQ is another one. Everybody else is just kind of, you know, hanging out. Just kind of going through a plot. Ishtola and I have just returned from an institution the locals called the Academia Anadir. Well, from its public offices at least. We thought an Asian place of learning the ideal spot to research your condition. but it seems we lacked the credentials to enter the academia proper. Ah, Tiav. Oh, they seem sad. Upset about something. Ah, good, you're here. Everyone seems to be present and accounted for. Master Thancred can best describe our chances for infiltrating the capital. I only hope thine efforts to secure permissions were successful. It was. Finally, you were gone so long. I was on the verge of mounting a rescue party. How fared you and your I thought that said barbaric. How fared you and your barbaric bureaucratic ventures? Well, I got a visitor's writ. I mean, I feel like it would only work for me, but I guess it would work for everybody. Ah, I see my instincts were correct. And a good thing, too. Urianger and I weighed our chances of breaking into the capital, and an official entrance is by far the more attractive option. The capital boasteth not a single armed sentry. 'Twould seem that in their time they did not deem it needful to post guards. The windows and doors, however, appear heavily warded, though mightily did we strive, with strength mundane and magical, we failed to budge them even a fraction of one ilm. Mayhap 'twas simply the case that Emmett Selk's recreation did not extend to their usual function. We didn't try everything, of course, but we thought it best to conserve our time and energy for more pressing matters. Speaking of which, Reen and I tried asking about a cure for you. The problem is, these ancients didn't exist beyond Amarots today. They will happily tell you their own tales, but whenever we attempted to explain our situation, the conversation quickly became muddled. And what of you, Tiav? Was aught worthy of interest said during your efforts to obtain a writ? Well, actually, quite a bit of things were said. Meow, 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 meow. A great sacrifice of life in exchange for their brethren's resurrection. And you say all the Ascian scheming has been leading to this? What? A great sacrifice of life in exchange for their brethren's resurrection. I didn't get any of that. I was too busy reading, I wasn't really listening to what he was saying. All this time, but if they still mean to enact this plan, then things won't end with the rejoining. I thought we knew their intentions in full. Restore the world to its former glory, and, in turn, empower Zodiac to reclaim his throne as the will of the star. Yet that was merely a step along the way. I hesitate to put it into words, but we have to assume that following the final rejoining, the Ascians mean to draw on the lives of the Source to make their sacrifice to Zodiac. Following the final rejoining. So I guess after the final rejoining, the Source will be the only world, or star, or whatever. That does seem the most likely scenario. Mayhap those who ally with the Ascians would be spared that fate. But what value is there in surviving when all our history, all our struggles will be erased? I cannot conscience such an act. Of course not. And that's to say naught of what MSQ plans for the Exarch's power. Do we stand by and let him threaten our future as well as our past? We need to find him, Tiav, and when we do, make your mark. Change the course of history in a way that's felt by those who came before, and those who came after, by everyone you've ever met. Change things so that even my other self, dying somewhere in that future calamity, will smile and say, I knew you would win. Reen's awfully quiet. Is fighting Emmett Selk the only way? He created an entire city. It will take everything we have to defeat him, if we even can. And if you push that hard in your current state, the light will break free. The decision to press on lies with you, just as it lies with each and every one of us. Ooh, the quest ends. Suddenly. I mean, I guess I'll get another quick game. Whatever. Well, what now?